Hello and welcome to this edition of News Briefing for Beds, Cams and Hearts. I'm Stephen Rhodes. Now, recently the FSB held a breakfast meet with Kelvin Hopkins, the Labour member for Luton North, providing the chance for businesses there to raise their concerns with their local MP.
Delighted to be here and once again with the FSB, and I've been to a number of meetings over the years and always tried to be supportive. We've been through some difficulties in recent years. Things seem to be getting slightly better now, and one of the indicators, I think, of economic difficulties is the way small businesses are seriously affected. A couple of years ago, going to restaurants in Luton, for example, I found lots of them were almost empty, and they would tell me, we've got no customers, people have just stopped coming. When things get tight, the first thing they stop doing is going out for meals. So they did suffer a lot, the restaurants in town. Hopefully they're picking up again now. But of course, small businesses over the last few decades have become much more significant in our society because a high proportion of the economy is now in small businesses. But anyway, I'm really here to be lobbied. I'm a lover of small businesses of all kinds. As much as anything, more than anything, I'm here to learn from you rather than to talk to you about small business, because you're the people that know, and I'm one of your representatives in Parliament. So, one of the reasons I come to events like this is to make sure I'm informed, and hopefully you can help me be better informed this morning. So thank you very much, and fire away with your questions.
Just in the last couple of weeks, just over the border in Houghton Regis, there's been planning permission for over 5,000 new houses, which is great. It's absolutely brilliant to hear that that's happening. But what can we do to ensure that small businesses in the area, and that there's a clear spillover into Luton there, that they will engage local businesses to get involved in that building? Do you have any suggestions for us and how we can ensure that local businesses get involved?
Well, I think we've got to publicise it to the developers and to the larger construction companies. Say, we want you to employ local people. When they were rebuilding the Marsh Farm Centre, for example, Marsh Farm, Luton North, there's the Marsh Farm Futures building, lovely new building, and I went along to see it, and they had bricklayers along, who were being ferried in from Leicester every day. Well, Luton is full of bricklayers. Why did we have to go to Leicester? And apparently the people were coming as from as far afield as sort of Manchester, staying overnight and then going back the weekends. Why? When we've got plenty of people who need work locally. So I think we've got to press people to employ people locally. If you don't, we'll think twice about employing your company in our area again.
Questions from around the town?
You mentioned about making laws, and obviously it's actually business regulation that I'm particularly interested in. I sometimes despair that certainly senior civil servants and possibly some politicians want to support small business, but don't understand how different small business is to large business. A recent case in point, to the surprise of some people, the Federation was quite supportive over the present government's proposals on shared parental leave. But the administrative burden that is being foisted on employers to operate the system is something that the largest organisation with specialist HR people and payroll departments can cope with. But for a small business where the payroll is done after hours or over the weekend or something, it's quite horrendous, but we never seem to get that message taken up and accepted.
What I can suggest is if somebody either from the national organisation or locally can set down suggestions, I will understand. I'll certainly write to the Chancellor.
Kelvin Hopkins MP, throwing down a challenge to us. We come up with a plan, he'll put it to the Chancellor. OK, that concludes this edition of the FSB's News Briefing. I'll see you again soon.